Okay, we'll call the meeting to order for agenda business, and the first item on the agenda will be public comment. Mr. Hudak has signed up, so Bill, you have 5 minutes, please.
Thank you, sir. You get off easy. This is a culmination of the 3 presentations that I've given.
Okay.
And, whoops. And I just have a 3-page document to read to you. This is a First Amendment petition for timely action to be taken by the acting Randolph County Commissioners addressing the violation in Randolph County, West Virginia, of Article 6, Section 47 of the West Virginia Constitution. Article 6, Section 47 is as follows. No charter of incorporation shall be granted to any church or religious denomination. Provisions may be made by general laws for securing the title to church property and for the sale and transfer thereof, so that it shall be held, used, or transferred for the purposes of such church or religious denomination. In these 2 sentences, the framers of our 1872 state constitution secured churches from undue government influence and the ever-changing whims of political correction. The importance of civil rule of law and ecclesiastical rule of Scripture cannot be overemphasized. In reality, churches are non-taxable. They are not to be Caesar's properties or corporate creations. As God's ministries, they are to render unto God only. 2 years ago in a town hall meeting, Acting Attorney General Patrick Morrissey was questioned by me about the violation of Article 6, Section 47 in this very room. Mr. Morrissey indicated that I had already brought this to his attention and that he took the Constitution seriously and was looking into it. In January of 2015, a physical meeting took place in the State Law Library with Stephen Travis, a member of Mr. Morrissey's staff. That meeting was attended by 2 pastors, one being Pastor Mike House of Elkins, in which unlawful church incorporation was discussed. Sadly, after a total of 3 meetings with either Mr. Morrissey or his staff concerning a clear violation of the state's constitution, there has been no response, formal or otherwise. I have shown you my teaching contract, which includes a contract of oath to both state and federal constitution. To know and understand the rule of law is being violated, and especially when it is a constitutional violation, and to do nothing about it is considered a misprision of felony. I take misprision of felony very seriously, and so should you. Your oath of office, as was my signed and attested oath in my teaching contract, is just that, a contract. When you took an oath of office, it became an important part of your employment contract to officially bind that oath between you and me. I have provided you with my personal acceptance of your oath, so that's a document that I have given you. Also, I accept your oath as a personal contract between us. I assure you that I hold no malice towards you. I don't believe you to be responsible for church incorporation in Randolph County. I don't believe the acting governor, acting state attorney general, acting state legislators, or acting state Supreme Court justices being responsible for churches throughout the state being incorporated. While I have presented information as to why I and others believe it happened, that is not the issue that needs attention. It is impossible to have and expect to keep a moral society with increasingly muzzled churches. I have no doubt that the framers of our Constitution understood this when they said concerning church property, quote, so that it shall be used or held, used, or transferred for the purposes of such church or religious denomination. By incorporating, the government has every right to dictate how it can be used, as it is a creation of the state government. I can and will gladly provide you with any documentation I have addressed, implied, or that I have that is relevant to this situation. Shortly you will receive copies of all documentation that I and others provided Mr. Morrissey and other public servants in Charleston, and were incorporated in Supreme Court of Appeals case 15-0491. My purpose in all this is to reestablish the rule of law between the people and their government, and to free the churches to be the ministries of God for all people. Upon formulation, I would like your plan of action in writing. I would also like the results of your actions to be summarized and presented in written form. We all bear responsibility to educate and take action concerning the rule of law, and it must be righteous law. Failing to do so will inevitably lead to the destruction of our land and impoverishment of our posterity. And I've signed that for you.
All right. Bill, we'll take your request under consideration.
I thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.